All right, guys, today I'm going to highlight just a few things you might want to consider if you're looking to start your own permaculture food forest or growing operation of any kind, really, as long as it's organic, right? Because some of these would be less relevant if you're growing with chemicals. I don't recommend that, obviously. So what we've chosen to grow here is specifically for this environment, right? This altitude, this growing climate, this moisture level, and so forth, right? And that is we've got peaches, banana trees, avocados, limes. Bananas actually function for multiple purposes. Of course, we're going to eat some bananas, sure, but we also, they grow very fast, and you can clip them, you can chop them, and they deliver a lot of biomass to this bed right here, right? And that will help them for a number of reasons. One is that when it decomposes, it creates a mulch, and it creates a very highly vibrant soil. It turns into soil. The other is that it actually keeps a lot of moisture in the ground as it decomposes, because it's a ground cover. It's a very good ground cover, right? And so we've got apples and a whole host of different variety of plants here, and we're growing them on purpose specifically because of the elements that they bring, right? Now this is a newly planted bed of vegetables, right? And in fact, I don't even know what's in here, but I can tell you what's underneath here is that we start with a completely flat area, right? And then what we do is we make sure that there's some good soil underneath everything, a base. And then we're going to put a bunch of oak leaves, and the oak leaves are going to rest on top of that. And then we're going to plant on top of that a whole bunch of soil, really good ground soil that has been mixed with a lot of cow poo, actually, a lot of poo. Poo is really, really good, which is actually a cool analogy for life, right? If you got some shit in your life and things are kind of crappy, well, then you should rejoice, actually, because the best, most vibrant stuff grows from that, right? It's a really cool, lesson that we can learn from nature, right? And so here's another garden bed. And this one's flourishing and thriving. And the cool part is that we're actually planting soil right now. So the goal of this garden bed right here and the others that we're planting is not so much for the produce that we get from it, although we're happy to have it and we're going to eat it, and it's going to be highly nutritious and vibrant and everything. But the goal is actually to nurture this soil right here into to the point where we can actually pull about half of this soil off and harvest the soil. And then that soil can be transplanted and replanted in another place, and it will be vibrant. And so then both beds of soil will produce really, really vibrant, good produce. And so that's the idea behind this right here. And I'll mention too that one of the elements that we do with these trees specifically is that we plant a lot of beans right next to them, right? And the beans are not so much to eat. It's not for consumption. Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to clip them as soon as we see buds start to pop up. We're starting to see them right now, actually. And we're going to start clipping them, and that's going to, beans are naturally, they pull a lot of nitrogen up from the soil, and that's really, really good for other plants. And so what's going to happen is that when we clip those right down there towards the roots, is that it's going to deliver all that nitrogen that it's been sucking up into its roots, boom, right back into this avocado plant and into all these other plants right here. And it's going to deliver them this turbo boost, and it's going to be just a radical thing. We're going to see some really, really immense growth as soon as we clip those, and they grow very fast too. So these are some of the elements that we use here in order to deliver to us the highest quality product. And you can see as you look around, like right here, there's some more big piles of poo, piles of shit all over the place. And the reason, because you got to have a lot of it. You got to have a lot of that in order to have really, really healthy crops, right? Lots of worms and lots of shit, lots of water and lots of love and care, right? And then you got yourself a really vibrant place where you're going to get yourself some really, really solid, high quality produce. Hope this was helpful.